So today I'm gonna be showing you guys the best looking cars and worst looking cars that are made in 2023, and the worst looking car is on the left and the good looking car is on the right. So let's get started. So the first car is Acura. Now the worst looking one is the MDX and the best looking one is Integra. Like the MDX, look at the front. It just looks a bit, like inflated for some reason. Integra, look at that design for the lights, so sick. And it doesn't have a massive grill either. Alfa Romeo. So the worst looking one is a Tonel. I don't know how to say it. And the best looking one is a Guila. I don't know how to say it too. Anyway, for Audi, oh man, it took a really long time, everybody, to decide what was the bad looking Audi. So the worst looking Audi is the e-tron, like GT. I forgot to add GT. I'm sorry. Is it the GT? I forgot. I'm sorry. Anyway, you get what I mean. This is the worst looking Audi because like look at the front and look at this grill over here. Just really annoys me. And the best looking one is the RS4. Like look how good that looks, everybody. Bentley, the best looking one is the best looking one is the Flying Spur. Like look at that design, it's so sick. And the worst looking one is the Bentayga because this grill shape is not really what I like, everybody. And anyway, this took a really long time because every BMW looks ugly to me except for one, which is the M4. Now, look at this design, everybody. I know this grill looks a bit strange, but other than that, it looks pretty cool. And the worst looking one, I have to choose between a lot, such as the new X7, the new iX, the new XM, and the new 7 Series. And it was really hard to choose from because there's so many ugly BMW cars in 2023. So I chose the iX because it looks like a pig. Next one, BYD, Chinese automaker. We have the Dolphin as the most ugly one because this light shape doesn't really work for me. And the best looking one is the flagship Han. I mean, it looks alright for BYD. I mean, this looks like the Atto 3, but a bit sedan-y. Actually, no, it is a sedan. I'm sorry. Anyway, Cadillac. So worst looking Cadillac is the Escalade because it looks a bit sort of boxy for SUV. I know it's a large SUV, but still some stuff like the X7, it's not that boxy. And there's a massive grille there as well. And the best looking Cadillac is the CT7. Like, look at that. I just really love this design. It's simple and good. Chevy. So the worst looking Chevy is a Silverado EV, not the Silverado, okay? The Silverado is an alright looking car, but it's a Silverado EV. Like, I just really hate this line day running light, you know what I mean? Like, it looks disgusting in my opinion. Best looking one, obviously the Camaro. Like, look at that. It's been looking like that for quite a long time and it still looks good. I don't get bored of that. So Dacia. The worst looking Dacia is the Dacia Duster, and the best one is the Jogger because this light design doesn't really work for me, but this one does for some reason. I don't know why. The worst looking Dodge is the Hornet. Like this looks like a bit like the Alfa Romeo SUV we looked at before, and the best looking one is obviously the Charger. Like I didn't even have to think about that. Like the Charger is so cool. So Fiat. So the worst looking Fiat is the 124 Spider made by Mazda and Fiat, and the best looking one is the 500X. Like, look at that. It's really tiny little car, but it looks good. Ford. The worst looking Ford is the Ford Explorer because this light shape is quite odd in my opinion, and the best looking Ford is definitely the Mustang. Like, look at that. Looks really aggressive. Honda. So the worst looking Honda is the CRV. The best looking Honda is HRV. Like you just changed the first letter. Anyway, Hyundai. So the worst looking Hyundai is the Hyundai Sonata because the front light is a bit strange. Like look at that. Oh man. Look at that. Why is the light go so high up compared to other cars? Like I don't get it. Anyway, the best looking Hyundai is the Ioniq 5. Like, look at this. It's a really unique design for a hatchback. It's not that basic. The worst looking Kia is the EV9. Like, this light design, actually no, the whole design looks disgusting. Look at the lights. They're so thin. Like, I just realized, why are so many new cars lights so thin? Like, I've been starting to realize that. Interesting. Anyway, the whole design doesn't work out for me, especially the box shaped over here and the front over here. Like, ugh, it looks disgusting. The best looking Kia is definitely the Sorento. Looks pretty cool. Land Rover. So the worst looking Land Rover is definitely the Defender. Oh wait, I'm sorry. It's meant to be Discovery. Oops. I forgot to switch that around. Anyway, so the worst looking Land Rover, let's try this again, is the Discovery. Not the front. The front looks fine, but the rear. Like, look at that. The rear just looks a bit odd for some reason, and the number plate has to go on the side instead of the middle compared to other cars. And the best looking one is definitely the Discovery. I'm sorry for what I said earlier, but look at that light design. It's beautiful. Next car. The worst looking Lexus is a new RZ. Like, look at that. Ugh. It kind of looks like the new, what is it called again? There's like a new Lexus SUV. I forgot what it's called, but it looks like that, but a bit modded, and a ugly grille has been put on. And the best looking one is definitely the IS. Like, look at that. Really basic design, but it looks good. So for Mazda, the worst looking Mazda is the CX-60. Like, ugh, like look at this light over here. And the overall shape is just a bit strange. And the best looking Mazda is a Mazda 3. Like, look at that. Again, really basic design, but it looks really good. So for the worst looking, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Mercedes does produce ugly cars. So the worst looking Mercedes is the EQC. Because of the front again. Like, what are the Germans doing now? So as you can see, this random design of light is quite strange. And what is happening over here? Like at the grill part. Anyway, the best looking, and I forgot to say, the shape is kind of weird too. And the best looking Mercedes is the SL. Like, look at this. It's so sick. The worst looking Mini is the Clubman, due to the fact it is just long, like oddly long, and the rims are kind of strange as well. The best looking is the Countryman. It's quite basic, but cool looking. And I kind of like this sort of small grille with these like panda eyes lights style. I don't know why I call them panda lights, but they look pretty cool. Mitsubishi, the worst one is the Eclipse. Like, I have no idea what's going on with the lights over here. And the best looking one is the Triton. It's not that good looking, but it's still alright. The worst looking Nissan is the Nissan Kicks. And the best looking one is the Nissan Leaf. And if you don't believe me, I have recently went to a Nissan exhibit, and it was pretty cool. You should check out the short I posted about the Nissan concept car. It's really, really cool. Anyway, next one is the Pugo 208. It's the ugly looking car. Like, look at that. There's just random 3 lines with another line here. Like, that doesn't really work out for me. And for 2008, that's the best looking car. It doesn't look too good in my opinion, but still, it's all right because its shape kind of fixes it. It's a pretty good shape for SUV. Like, look at that. Anyway, Porsche. Sorry, Porsche people, but the worst looking one is the Taycan. It looks a bit fishy over here, you know. And the best looking one is the Cayenne. Like, look at that. It's really, really good. And it has really good design for a sporty SUV. Rolls-Royce. The worst looking one is the Cullinan. And this reminds me of something that I cannot say. The best looking one is the Phantom. even though this massive grille really annoys me sometimes, but it's fine. Anyway, Skoda. The worst looking Skoda is the Yeti due to its light design, and the best looking Skoda is the Kodiaq. It looks really basic, but good again. Like I know I keep saying that, but it's just the fact. Tesla. Oh man. I gotta take a deep breath. So, the worst looking Tesla is the Model Y because it's just basically the Model 3 but a bit like, blobbier. Like this looks like a blob at the front for some reason. And the best looking Tesla is obviously the Model S. No argument there. Like, look at that. It's so good. Toyota. Oh no, I can't believe Toyota did this, everybody. But the worst looking Toyota is the new CHR. The CHR has looked ugly for like since it was launched, and I really hate this, and I really hated the design of it. But look at the new design now. Like, what is this? What are you doing, Toyota? You can do better than that. It's like you've rushed or something. Like, it's like you didn't have enough time to design the car, and you just put on random lights. Like, that's really disappointing because Toyota is a really good car brand. It's also really popular, and they just make random stuff like this. Like, what is this? What's this, everybody? Like, I don't believe it. Best looking one is obviously the Corolla. Really love the lights over here, and grille looks good. Vauxhall. The worst looking one is the Astra because this looks a bit robot-y, you know what I'm saying? The best looking one is definitely the Corsa. Like, I love the shape for it for a hatchback. Worst looking one is the Jetta because this light is kind of strange, and there's just a random fog light over here. Best looking one is the T1. Like, look at this. I really, really like the light design over here. I know I judge cars a lot by their lights. And the worst looking one is the C40 for Volvo. Look at this. I really, really hate this grill thing over here. It's not actually a grill, but it's more of something to cover. It's more of something to just put there, I think. And anyway, the best looking Volvo is the new S60. Look at that. It's really nice design for sedan. And finally, these are cars that, or I should say manufacturers that don't make good looking cars forever. They are Subaru, Suzuki, and SsangYong. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you guys smash the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye. And I know this is a very controversial video.